Welcome back to Obscured Reality. I'm your host, and joining us again tonight, your co-host Stevie. How's it going, Stevie?
Hey, good.
Say hello to all the little obscured fuckers out there in YouTube land.
Hello, fuckers.
Someday you guys will be what makes the show.
Mhm, mhm.
So, oh boy, it's been a long week. I mean, two
Oh
weeks. We
god,
took a week off,
we
but nobody's
did.
gonna know.
No.
All right, well, tonight we have a personal story from me. So, guys out there, same type of thing I've been telling you to email us. If you have a personal story of your own, you'll see what I mean tonight. Shoot it over to obscuredr1 at gmail.com. Type story in the subject so we know that's what it is. Give you a quick example, something that happened to me. Now, um, God, I hope I haven't told this before. I know I've touched on it here and there, so that's why I'm like, boy, I don't know, because I've touched on it in a few different episodes.
Mhm.
You'll probably see why. But now we'll get in depth to it after I tell the story, and I'll show you a map of where this happened as well in a little bit. But let's get it let's get it started. Any ideas, Stevie, what it's about?
Mm. I feel like it may have something to do with the lights in the mountains that you talk about?
Ooh, look at you, so smart. But
Sometimes.
but you're wrong.
Oh,
but
see,
it
sometimes.
but it is in the mountains.
Oh. Oh, is this from one of the camping trips up by where I used to live-ish?
Well, no, but
Okay.
yes.
That's the only other place that I can think of
Yeah,
that, like,
the
mountainy that would.
well, the Sierras are way north of there. Where you used to live is actually, if you want to compare to where I'm talking about, the Sierras, where you used to live, it technically would be close to me,
Oh.
even
The
though it's
state
not
is
that
so
close.
much bigger than
Oh
I,
yeah,
like, really perceive it. Because
yes,
all I
you're.
know is that I drove forever in any direction, and it
Oh
took me
yeah.
just forever to get
Well,
into civilization.
that's because you were out in BFE.
Mm.
But yes, so I'm from my house. It'd probably be no traffic. About an hour and a half drive, I'd say,
To where
to
I
where
was?
you were. Yeah, probably about an hour, maybe a tad more.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because we were 2
So
hours outside of LA.
I'm not in LA.
I know, aren't you south of LA?
Yes.
So I feel like it would take longer. Ooh, I
Mm,
keep hitting this thing.
I don't
Hmm,
think so. We'll look it up
that's
later.
interesting.
I'm going off what you showed me on the map last time we looked at it. You're telling me some info about the area, and knowing where that's at, I'd say
Mm.
probably like between an hour and a half.
Hmm. Well, damn.
But all depends where you're going. We're right next to toll roads and the major freeways too, right here. So it changes things. But
Mm.
yes, this takes place in the Sierra Nevada mountains up in northern California. From here, it's about let's say about a 7 hour drive. Yep, all the way up that main highway that went right through your hood, literally hood.
I-15?
No, 395.
Oh, wow, really the one that I lived on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That
Yeah. So
damn, okay.
you just stay
Really?
on
The
that.
drive goes up that far? What?
Oh yeah, way up. Keeps going from there.
I lived literally at the end of it where it hit I-15, so I guess I was unaware
Yeah.
of just how stupid long that fucking road
Well,
is.
you'll see on the map tonight where I'm talking about, and you'll
Hell
get a
yeah.
sense. So
I'm
yeah,
interested now.
if you
Mm.
stay on the 395 and just keep going and going and going and
Mhm.
going and going and going, you'll eventually hit a turnoff for Mammoth Lakes. Yeah. Well,
'Kay.
that's a good drive, and this is another at least hour past there, but we'll show you. We'll we'll get
Golly,
into it.
okay. So in the
But
middle of nowhere in the mountains.
yes and no. Yeah. So
Okay.
now, oh boy, I don't even know where to start, man. God, I'm really hoping I didn't tell this story. Let's go into it. So I went camping up there for about a week. This
Mm,
was years and years ago. Okay. And I went with two people, and this is near Bridgeport, California. The lakes we went to are called Twin Lakes. These are not the Twin Lakes that are at Mammoth. Anyone who's familiar with the area, it's the Twin Lakes that are north of there on the 395, just outside of Bridgeport, California. So when you hit Bridgeport, you have a 15-mile, like kind of like countryish road into the canyon of the mountains. And it's literally a straight line for like half mile, and then a 90-degree turn, half mile, then another 90-degree half mile, another 90-degree. It's all cow pastures. There's a dude ranch and everything right there. It's
hmm,
pretty cool. 15 miles to Twin Lakes. They're right in the crevice of these major mountains.
mm.
Yosemite borders on top of one of those mountains, right near where we went backpacking. So just to give you an idea, and I'll show you on the map too. So we went camping up there at these campgrounds. From those campgrounds, they have different trails you can go hike, which are pretty cool. You can get views of both lakes. You can get a
Mm.
view of both lakes and Bridgeport, which is pretty cool. Or you can go straight up through the middle of the crevice, the canyon of these mountains, and go straight to the top. And
Up the crack?
yeah, it's an MFR of a hike. It's up and up and up, and if any of y'all ever done switchbacks out there, because it's so steep, that's what we're talking about, and it sucks. But it's worth
Mm.
it, because when you're up there, you can tell you are on top of the mountain. It's really weird, and these are nasty tall mountains, and you're already at a good elevation. I mean, we're talking major snowfall every year. This year they've had nasty snowfall. Like they still have. Heard a story on a Facebook group I'm on. One person they just kept getting so much snow. Instead of continuously digging it, they just dug a tunnel from their front door out because they couldn't keep digging it because it just goes up so high so quick.
Talk about some insulation for heat for your home, like, good lord.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
It might be cold as shit outside, but you're saving a lot of money on the inside. So, there's still snowpack in the Sierras, like, right now.
yeah,
Wow, that's
big
actually good,
time.
though. That's despite the
Yeah,
fact that it's, like, massive flooding.
mhm.
Like, personally, I think I'd rather have the flood issue than the 7, 8-year drought y'all were dealing with.
Yeah, well, that snowpack's gonna create some possible flooding problems from everything that keeps coming out in the news, but, we'll see.
Honestly, for how much water almond farmers waste, like, I really don't think we should be complaining about flooding. Like, at least we have water.
Well, the thing is a lot of these farms have been flooded, like,
Mm,
underwater, completely underwater, so that's screwed
I mean, that
them,
sucks.
you know?
Yeah, but if it's an almond farmer, I don't feel so bad because they already do that to their fields anyways.
Yeah, hey, I mean, we've had decades and decades to figure out our water system. I mean, they could have made it better by now, just like our
True.
freeways down here. They could have planned better.
Good
Now,
God.
the only they're widening the entire freeway down here, from Orange County to I think into LA County. Like they've been doing it for like 2 years now. They're redoing all the overpasses, tearing them down, redoing them,
Jesus Christ.
everything to widen this freeway, and they can't widen it much. It's like the only way they can alleviate the traffic now is to either go underground or double decker the freeways. There's no other way.
I think underground is a great idea. We had that system set up in Dallas. They introduced
Yeah.
express lanes that were underground.
Well, unfortunately, we're too close to the ocean, so
That's right.
the land is a little too soft down there.
Gotta go up.
And earthquakes, underground or above ground,
Mm,
double decker. I mean, they retrofit, but I mean, you're talking just gnarly work. So,
mm,
anyways, yeah, Twin Lakes, California, just outside of Bridgeport. This is where we were at. So, camping there for about a week, me and two other people. So, we decided, pre planned, to take a backpacking trip up
mm.
to the top of this mountain to a lake, myself and this one of these other people had been to years and years before. It's really cool up there. You're talking mountain lakes accessible only by either helicopter or backpacking. Um, and
Sounds beautiful.
yeah, and you see some stuff up there that you don't see anywhere else other than places like that. Like, walking up there and there's spots where the stream comes down and kind of pools up into a pretty big pond, and you look in there, you see colors you're never going to see in water anywhere else
Oh,
other than
that
places
sounds
like that.
fucking
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, it's cool,
I
and
wanna go.
the bears.
Mm,
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
love
So
bears.
yeah, I like bears. Um, so we did that,
Mm,
and so we start hiking up, and we come to the first lake. The first lake is a super easy day hike. I mean, you're still going up, but it's not strenuous. That lake is called Barney Lake. Look it up, people. Barney Lake, right near Twin Lakes. So that's the easy part of the hike. Once you hit Barney, you continue up on the right side of Barney Lake, and it's fairly easy right there until you really hit those mountains, which you're already up
mm,
on the side of, kind of. But you get to a point where it's just you know like this, and then boom. Phew. So switchbacks, and those are a bitch.
not gonna lie, that sounds terrible.
It's not fun, but it is worth it. And
Mm,
so we do that. We go up
mm,
and we go up to Peeler Lake. That's where we go backpacking to. Now, I couldn't get one of the other people to go up for more than a night. So this backpacking trip is get up super early in the morning, right before the sun comes up, and go. And we get there whatever time it is, however many hours it takes to get there, set up camp, do whatever, and then pass out. Wake up the next morning, pack up and go. Yeah. It which is not a big deal. I've done that backpacking down here. However, down here where I do it is right on the coast and it's not a strenuous hike, 3 miles. I can do it in exactly an hour, 3 miles. There, it's just up. So it's not ideal, but at least
mm.
I still have the chance to get up there.
Right. Okay.
so so that's what we do. We go up there, we set up. We made a mistake while we were up there. Instead of going off the trail opposite the lake that we hiked to, Peeler Lake. Actually, I don't even think this was Peeler Lake, guys. It's right there around Peeler Lake. It might have been Crown Lake. But either way, we should have went on the opposite side of the trail from the lake. Instead, what we did, because it looked so cool to do, we went down off the left side, down right by the lake, and it was all grassy. There's a little tiny stream, like really thin stream you could just jump over real quick, kind of just zigzag all the way through this grassy field that just butts right up to the lake. We're like, oh, this will be cool. So we went to a spot that was just dirt, no grass. Cool. Until the mosquitoes came out. I've never seen so many goddamn mosquitoes in my life. And
You clearly
yeah,
are not from the
no,
Midwest.
yeah, and they're healthy ones up there. It was so bad that we just had to go in the tents early, which was fine. I mean, our
That's
bodies
funny,
were
funny.
wrecked
I'm so
anyways.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah, but whatever. So the part of my story that's semi interesting is happens the following day on our way down. But before we get there, you, Stevie, can talk about like, sharing, and subscribing while I take a hit.
So obviously, like, share, comment down below. Please hit that bell so you get every notification every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We release another episode. I do believe we actually are now down to one episode a week. We were releasing
Yes, ma'am.
two, but now we're down to one. So you guys,
Yes,
you're
yes.
gonna have to subscribe to get more of us. We are looking about switching over, not switching, but continuing into Spotify for your audio only. Yes, take us on your car trips. Don't watch TV while you drive, please. So yeah, an audio version so you can take us along on your car trips and be safe. And I have a couple other ideas for the socialness in the works as well for you to like, share,
Cool.
comment, subscribe to us on other platforms as well.
Well, we'll talk about that after so we don't, get anyone's hopes up. Um, okay, cool. Yep. So let's get into it. The second day of our backpacking trip up to the top of this damn mountain, we go down. Down is the fun part, only because you're not going up.
Yes.
I would have rather stay up there, but so down's the easy part, so to speak. It's still because of the steepness, it's still harsh on your body,
Damn
but,
near sliding down instead of walking
no,
down?
no, I mean, the trail's good and it's switchbacks, so switchbacks
Yeah,
just boom, 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 to keep you
yeah.
from going, oh, but it's just a constant boom, boom, boom,
Mm,
boom every footstep.
mhm.
So,
Okay.
this part of my story takes place down or back when we get down around Barney Lake. So,
Now
when
Barney
we
Lake is south of Twin Lakes on the trail, correct?
um
Or would it be somewhere else
well
in regards
well, if you
to
wanna talk north, south, east, west,
Mhm.
it's almost due west of Twin Lakes, but this
Okay.
is on the way back down. So
Okay, so
Barney
it's
Lake,
trail that you would have to take off from Twin Lakes to get up to Barney Lake,
yeah,
correct?
when you're in the
Alright,
campgrounds at Twin Lakes, there's a trail, there's a spot you can go to, and the trail starts there, and
gotcha.
you get on this trail, it takes you up to Barney Lake, and then you keep going, and it goes up to these mountain lakes on the top of the mountain.
Just trying to, like, get a
Yeah,
layout of, like
yeah, and I'll
yeah.
show you the map. So we get down around Barney Lake. Now we'd already taken a couple breaks, and at this point, this is like the home stretch almost. So the distance, and I don't know the distance, but the distance from Twin Lakes to Barney Lake is about the same distance as it is from. It's actually a little farther than it is from Barney Lake up to these mountain lakes that we went to.
Mhm,
It's just that from Twin Lakes to Barney Lakes is just a steady, slow incline rather than super steep incline.
mhm,
So,
rather than death.
yeah, so you can get that Twin Lakes to Barney Lake done fairly
Mhm,
quickly, but the rest is what takes forever. So,
mhm,
we're on the trail just coming down where Barney Lake's like in view or almost in view out in front to the right. Now, I'm out in front of the other two. So it's me. Then the other person is way behind me,
mhm,
like enough that I can't see him. I mean, the trail kind of turns and stuff, so
mm,
you wouldn't see him anyways, but it was actually quite a distance behind me. And then our other friend was way behind him.
mhm,
So I get down the trail right to where Barney Lake's out in front, off to my right, and Barney Lake's lower than the trail, and it's just bush and trees going down to Barney Lake, and there's one spot where it's open. It's all like bush,
mhm,
but not really trees, and you can see the lake and everything. It's a single track trail. It literally is wide enough for like 1 to 1.5 people, at least at this portion. And both sides is all bush shrubbery, and it's fairly high too. It's not like your little 2 foot tall bush. It's pretty high. So as I'm walking, to my right slopes downhill towards where Barney Lake is, towards a little valley right there. To my left is uphill.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to the left of the trail is up.
Mhm,
So I'm walking, and as I'm going, because we've come all the way down, and I'm
mhm,
just dead. My head's down. I'm looking down at the ground, not like straight down
mhm,
at my feet, right? But I'm just looking down in front of me as I'm walking, and I'm just going steady pace. And all of a sudden, way out in front of me, now I don't know exactly how far, but In my upper peripheral vision, I swear to God, I saw something cross the trail from the lake side of the trail going up across the trail, and then it would be continuing up.
Mm,
I swear to God, I saw a dark figure go across a trail. It was enough that I thought something was there, something happened, that I stopped. I looked up and I stopped because there are bear in the area. Okay. The campgrounds at Twin Lakes, the bears come down almost daily and knock over the trash cans and all that to get garbage, at least
boo
back in the day.
boo.
Yeah, at least back in the day, they've updated the trash cans since then. So it's a little different. So they can't just do that anymore. But this is bear country and they've never really had issues up there with the bears, but it is bear
Mhm,
country. So obviously, that's one thing I'm keeping an eye out for doing this, right?
mhm,
So I'm coming down and upper peripheral, I saw something dark cross the trail going up from my right to left, uphill. I look up and I stop and, weird feeling because I thought something was there.
mhm,
And I don't know if something was or wasn't, but it was very, very real. I'm like, at least at the time, almost completely positive there was something there. Don't know what it was, but I swear to God there was something there. And I've thought about it a lot and it has stuck with me to this day. And it was enough that I stopped and I waited for a minute. I didn't go. And what I was doing was looking up to the left where I had seen it. And I don't know how far out in front it was. It was at least 30 to 50 feet out in front
mhm.
where I had seen this. And I'm looking uphill and I'm like, well, that brush is so thick and so high. If something was there, I would be hearing or seeing that brush move. Bears walk super quiet, padded feet and all that. You don't hear them. Even
No.
even in brush and sticks and stuff, you
Mhm,
don't hear them. It'd be impossible for a bear not to make noise in here, and it wouldn't be that the bear's making the noise, it'd be the bushes moving. It wouldn't be the bear stepping on crap, it'd be
right.
everything moving. It's that thick, at the
Mhm,
time it was. And I'm like, "There's no way there's something there, 'cause I'd have to see it. There'd be no way I wouldn't, even if I don't see what it is, there's no way I wouldn't see the stuff moving or hear noise from the stuff moving."
mm,
But there was nothing there. So, eventually, continued back down, kept going down to Barney Lake, which I could see way off in the distance. And, the whole time going down to Barney, I'm doing one of these while I'm hiking. I'm like, you know, look around, look over my shoulder. I had the feeling the whole time to Barney Lake. When I get to Barney Lake, I get to the opposite side of the lake, and it's right when you exit this little forested spot right next
mhm,
to the lake. It's right where you exit that to continue on the trail is where I stopped. There's a big, big boulder.
mhm,
And I stopped to take a break and wait up for them, which the next person was minutes behind me. And I didn't say anything to them, but I remember standing there the whole time just looking around and I'm like staying out away from the boulder a little bit,
mhm.
in case something came up behind it. Cause I was just already like, I'm not gonna say freaked out, but kind of like
Yeah.
something's there.
Yeah, I definitely would be. I would
You're right, and
yeah.
you don't know, you never know, and so they finally get there, we take a break for a few more minutes, and then we head down, and that was it. The story well, the story, what happened has stuck with me ever since then,
Mm.
and it wasn't long after that, I mean, I even then, that day, that night, I'm sitting there thinking about it, and what the hell could it have been, and for some reason, I just can't get Bigfoot out of my head, you
Was it
know?
was it a bipedal that you saw? Was it
Well,
more tall than it was
I
long, or
don't
are you not
know.
sure?
I don't know what I saw.
Mm.
Just a very large, dark figure whoop
Are
up the
panthers
side.
prevalent? in
No.
that area? No,
No,
no
no.
large no large
There's
mountain cats are a thing there.
um, I didn't say that, you said panthers.
Panthers are just black cats, black large cats.
Panthers are
Panthers
not mountain
technically are
lions.
leopards that have more melatonin.
Yeah, I would question where panthers are in the US, I don't know, but no, there's no
I mean, there's
panthers.
Florida panthers,
Yeah,
and
there's
I'm
no
not talking about a football team in North Carolina either, like legitimate big cats.
there's no panthers in, the Sierras.
So there's no big cats, like, there's no mountain lions up there.
I didn't say that. I
Oh,
said there's no
panthers.
panthers
Okay.
because you said panthers.
I
Um,
just kind
to
of
my
lumped
knowledge, mountain
them
lions
all
and
together.
stuff, to my knowledge, no mountain lions or any of that up
Mm.
there. We have mountain lions here. Mountain lions are a problem
Yes.
here because of where we're
Yes.
at, but up there is different. Um, there probably is. I don't know. Never really seen them or anything. The main thing is bears, but just remember it being large, very tall. But the whole Bigfoot thing came to me, and I'm like, the whole time, days and days after, weeks after, months after, years after,
Mhm.
I think about it, and I'm like, okay, ultimately, it was probably just my brain playing tricks on me, and I accustomed it to Uh, exhaustion. I
Mhm.
was freaking exhausted. 40-pound pack, 50-pound pack, going up this mountain. I mean, it's high. Going up this mountain the day before, coming down
That's a lot of
today.
weight to carry on.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I attribute it to exhaustion. But
Yeah.
then I start thinking about that scenario and I go, well, if it were exhaustion, you would think you'd expect that to be happening the day prior when you're going up
Mm,
and you're just 10 times more exhausted.
no.
Because, well, to me, yes. I would think.
I usually, when it comes to
Yeah.
exhaustion, get, like, really loopy the day after because, like, I was tired the day before, and then I
Right.
tried to sleep to compensate for it, and I usually end up sleeping too much, which actually is worse for you.
Yeah.
So, I've noticed that, at least personally, I get loopier on day 2 after pure exhaustion.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense. It
Mhm.
could be either, right? But
Mhm.
that's what I attribute to exhaustion.
Mm.
But, like I said, I started thinking, well, I'd expect it the day before. But either way, there was nothing else weird that happened. My
Mhm.
brain wasn't playing exhaustion tricks on me at any other time that day,
Mhm. Yeah.
and I swear to God, like, it was super real, like, this wasn't just a little shadow, this was a large black figure, went across the road, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I I've always attributed it to exhaustion, but the Bigfoot thing has never left my head, and I'm like, "Man, we have no proof of a primate like that, a bipedal creature like that that's real, right?
Mhm.
We don't know that Bigfoot's real.
Mhm.
There's a good chance it's probably not, but we don't know. And now we move up to today in the last 5 to 10 years, and what we've been seeing, within like what you've been seeing within the UFO community, and then what you've been seeing within the Bigfoot community is you've been seeing a little bit more collaboration and talking together. And what they've been finding is that around a lot of supposed Bigfoot sightings, there's been UFO or UAP events around the same time. Not necessarily right in that very specific spot, but within the general area. They've
Bigfoot's an
been
alien.
finding that. Well,
I'm calling it first here. Bigfoot's an alien.
right. Well, that's what they're bringing into question because look,
Yeah.
this isn't about Bigfoot's real or Bigfoot's not real. This isn't
Mhm.
about aliens are real or not. What it's about is figuring out what's going on. And we
Mhm.
know now 100% for a fact something is happening, whether it's extraterrestrial, whether it's just a new phenomenon coming from this planet itself that we've never seen, and maybe global warming could be attributable to that. Something's changing with the planet that could be
Mhm.
causing phenomenon that may have been here 10,000 years ago and slowly gone away, um, to slowly come back.
Mhm.
It could be alien, but from this planet, something we don't know exists yet,
Very true.
possibly under the
Alien does not have to
oceans.
be from another planet.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. It's and guys, alien isn't little green monsters from Mars or some other planet. Alien is just
Mhm,
something that's it's alien to us. It's unknown to us.
mhm.
It's only alien until we verify it and know what it is. It's no longer alien. Doesn't matter what it is. If monkeys hadn't been discovered yet and we're out in the middle of a forest somewhere and we see a monkey, it's a damn alien.
Oh, yeah.
Until we
Oh
capture one, we
god.
study it, we figure it out, and we're like, "Okay, let's call these monkeys, it's no longer an alien,"
I
right?
can only imagine the reaction the first white person had to seeing something like that, because by the time
Wait,
we
why do you
lost
say
enough
first white person rather than first person?
because here's the thing, white people obviously, like, are fascinated by new things. We fucking colonized the entire
They're
world.
like, "Ooh,
So here's the thing.
shiny, shiny."
Yeah, very ferret-brained. But here's the thing, if we've lost enough pigmentation to not know what a monkey is upon, like, exploration of another country, and, like,
Mhm.
obviously the people of the country are like, "Yeah, monkey, duh." The first white person's probably like, I could only imagine the reaction, like, "Damn, you've been out of the home country for a long time, my friend."
Mhm.
But, yeah, I can only imagine what their
Yeah.
opinions on those were originally, like, upon
Yep.
seeing them.
Never know. Yeah, so, like I said, I get up into today and within the last 10 years, and we start seeing this correlation between the
Mhm.
2 UFO or UAP sightings or events, I should say, around Bigfoot events.
That's very
And
interesting, the correlation
yeah,
between the 2.
yeah, so they're starting to
Mhm.
not think there is, but wonder if there is some type of correlation. And then when you look at Skinwalker Ranch, which by the way, guys, the new season 4 just started. There's 2 episodes out. Watched them both last night. You guys, Stevie, you guys out there, if you've not seen The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, you have to
Mhm,
check it out. Start from episode 1, season 1. You're gonna have to pay for it, rent it. But,
mhm,
uh, it's really good. This guy that owns the land now, he's no BS. He doesn't work with or for the government. He owns his own
mhm,
real estate businesses out in Salt Lake City, and he is paying for this with his own money,
mhm,
and he is not taking any money from the show. He's not getting paid to do the show. He personally does not want the money because number 1, he doesn't need it. Number 2,
clearly.
none of us are gonna trust his ass if he takes the money.
Mhm,
And he's about no government involvement. That way, they can keep this open and let the public know
mm.
what really is or isn't going on there. Highly recommend you check it out. But now you
Oh,
get
yeah.
this Bigfoot UAP UFO thing
Mhm,
correlation, and some people are likening that to Skinwalker Ranch as well, because there's a plethora of crap happening. They're finding anomalies coming up from the ground up into the air, just invisible anomalies. So much so that it pushes their helicopter away. It screws with things that are in that area, drones, electronics, all that stuff. They have the data showing a visual representation of it. And guess what? It's appearing to come from. I
there you
believe
go,
this is
phrasing.
I believe this is right around an area. So this is all Indian, old Indian land.
Mm,
So there's hieroglyphs, there's rocks that were placed. Some of those hieroglyphs are the spirals, which everyone is under the assumption they were possibly referring to portals. They found evidence that might point towards portals up at about a mile high at Skinwalker Ranch above this particular site. They're finding a lot of stuff. But
hmm,
then you also get into seeing weird things other than that, and they're seeing UAPs disappearing around where they think this what they're not calling it a portal, but what could be, right?
mhm.
That's where they're disappearing. That's where they're appearing. That's where they're disappearing. It's weird.
That is very interesting
Yeah.
because, like, I know that there's places on the Earth where the Earth's, like, natural magnetic field is, like, screwy,
Yeah.
or gravity works in reverse, and, like, there are a couple places like that in the US that are known, in which
Right.
they're turned into, like, tourist attractions where you can literally walk up but downhill at the same time. It's very hard to
That's
explain.
bullshit. They have one of those at an amusement park, and all it is the way they design the little buildings in there so it
Uh,
looks like that. You can feel when you're walking. I've been in there. Well, yeah,
mm.
you can feel when you're in there, you're walking uphill. Then you go
No, there
sit in
are
there.
places where, like, things are strange and, like, the
I
traditional,
Perception. I think it's just
rules.
perception.
I don't believe that. I mean, there's some places where, like, things truly do roll uphill, no building necessary.
I'd question your TikTok video usage.
No. Why does everyone go to that?
Oh, I'm not the only one?
No, Anthony makes
Well,
fun of me, and it's like, you know what? I learned a lot about foraging. So, like, when the Armageddon finally comes, and I'm the one who's going around, like, picking up wild ramps and freaking mushrooms and making a stew out of it, they can kiss my ass, and they ain't gonna get shit because they made fun of my TikTok knowledge, and I learned that shit off TikTok. So fuck you
and,
guys. You don't get my stew when the Armageddon comes.
most of that shit on TikTok's fake.
Look,
Most of that's been faked.
yeah,
It's
I
been
know, but
proven.
no, I do actually really enjoy the educational side of TikTok. Like, I watch things about
There's an
uranium
educational
glass.
side?
Yes, I watch
Oh,
things about
well, yeah, of
uranium.
course. Of
Like,
course.
there is. Like, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
also an elder millennial, so like a lot of the shit I watch is other elder millennials talk
Yeah.
about like mental health or like niche things like
Mhm.
crochet or harvesting or canning.
I
So
know someone
like,
that watches pimple popping.
so do I.
Nasty. Oh, oh, oh. Oh god, I wish you'd never told me that. I don't want him doing Bob Lazar with us now. I don't wanna look at him. That is so
Mainly his
nasty.
own, not like anyone else's, but mainly his own.
Yeah, we gotta revert back because I can't talk about that.
Oh, is that a
You guys wanna
source
see me
talk?
gag?
I've
Oh,
learned something.
nasty. Nasty, man.
Just
Yeah,
I shall
so
send surprise videos to you later.
no, I won't watch him. I'm gonna get us back on track because I can't talk about that, not right now. It's nasty, man. It's nasty. So anyways, my little story, and
Mhm,
now we're looking at today's knowledge and
mhm,
they're correlating the 2, Bigfoot sightings, UAP, UFO sightings,
mhm,
and could there be a correlation because they're happening around the same times? Not every time, but they are. So one of the ideas now is that, well, Jesus, okay, when it comes to all these types of stories,
mhm,
UFOs, aliens, Bigfoots, there's truth in there somewhere. You look at the
mhm,
UFO stories, the majority are complete BS. And what I mean by BS is either made up or just a lack of knowledge on what they're actually seeing,
mhm.
and it is identifiable. Not that they're making it up, but they just don't know what it is. But it turns out this is all it is. Blah blah blah. Okay,
Right.
fine, acceptable.
Mhm,
It's the very few small percentage that are true, unidentifiable, and really freaking weird.
mhm,
And kind of with Bigfoot, however, you can't prove that with Bigfoot that anything really is going on or ever was. We don't know, right? Now you take this correlation between the two, and the idea of thinking is that maybe if these Bigfoot sightings are real and people really are seeing this bipedal creature that's not a human in a costume, it's not a gorilla, any primate that we know of,
mhm,
that maybe it's not even really there. There's a possibility that maybe it's more paranormal, or the possibility that maybe it's a real living creature that lives somewhere else, different planet, different solar system, different galaxy, different universe, but through some type of view, through some type of portal device, you might be catching a glimpse of it. We've heard about this with UAP events as well.
hmm.
Um, and then you also think about, I have this down for a show later, but one of these old flights back in the day, like World War I, World War II, this group of planes that went missing. They just went missing. Um, uh, some U.S. fighter planes. I want to say it's
I
Flight 49,
I
but
feel
I could
like
be
I know
wrong.
exactly what
Yeah.
planes you're talking about,
Well,
yeah.
well, what happened was, um, someday down the road in the future, from when this group of warplanes, these single engine warplanes, disappeared, there's a small little out in the country airport somewhere or something, and there's some people out there doing their plane things, right? And they're on the ground, and they hear this noise
Doing their
doing
plane
their plane
things.
things. It is what it is. Good thing Lauren isn't here. Hey, you do your plane thing this week? so so people, this is years after this group disappeared,
Mhm.
and these people are out at this airport, and it's a small airport, like single runway type deal, and
Yeah,
this is way back in the day anyways, and they hear this noise up in the sky, this and it sounds like a bunch of
a
these single
freaking
engine planes like
single-engine
that,
airplane, yep.
and they look up and they swear to God that those were the planes they saw. Whether or not they were knowledgeable that that group of
Mm.
planes had disappeared, what they saw were these really old
Single-engine airplanes,
warplanes.
yeah.
Yeah, that for a fact, We're not using those anymore. Those are old. Like, what the hell?"
Mhm.
And then they report it, and they're like, "This what you're describing sounds like this group that went missing, like, to a T." That's just another idea of a possibility of, if you think of a portal somewhere, these guys just mysteriously vanished while they're flying. Maybe this weird phenomenon happened, a portal opened up, they flew through, and they're gone, and then some point in the future, some other portal around this airport, whatever, opens up, and these planes may be flying somewhere, right?
Mhm.
But they're not really here. It's like you're just looking through a brief window, and then it's gone. So they're wondering that about Bigfoot, if what people are describing is really what they're seeing and they're not misidentifying something, um, if it could not even be physically real, at least here, you know? So,
Mm.
I get to today, and I think about that, and I'm like, I really wonder, like, I use critical thinking. I'm gonna use common sense. I'm gonna say, it was just a trick of the brain, exhaustion. There's no way there was something there, not a known animal, because the brush was too thick. There's no way I wouldn't have seen it moving, because keep in mind it was going uphill, so I could see the top of all that thick brush. You would have seen it moving or hearing it, and there's nothing. And I'm just wondering about exhaustion, and so, critically thinking, my mind is gonna have to take me there.
Mm.
But for some reason, this other idea has always been in the back of my head, because what I saw was so damn real. I'm 99% positive there was something there. Something crossed,
Right.
you know?
Mm.
And there was no change in my mental awareness at the time. I wasn't, like, degrading, I was exhausted, but
Did you have, like,
nothing else
a
changed,
overwhelming sense of being watched afterwards?
Well,
Did you feel
that's
like
what I
you weren't
was.
alone, or do you
Yeah,
think honestly you were possibly
yeah.
sharing your space, or do you think that was just a figment of your mind being like, "Did I see
Well,
something? Did I not
but
see something?"
yeah, well, that's what I mentioned earlier. As soon as I saw
Mm,
it, I looked up and I stopped. I was like,
mm.
"I'm not
Well,
going
for the rest of
anywhere,"
the
and I
way
wait.
down to the big rock, did you have the overwhelming sense of you're
Yes.
being
Yeah,
followed?
and
Okay.
that's what I was mentioning earlier. Well,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
necessarily being followed, but I just had that feeling of, like, keep looking over my shoulder, look behind me type
Spatial
thing. Even
awareness.
even once I got to that big boulder and I was waiting for the other 2 guys,
Mm,
I was staying away from the boulder so that I had space between it in case something came up behind it so I could see around
mm.
it. I was
It's
looking
kinda
around. It
scary.
was just like, yeah, but then again, that is something that would also happen if you got scared over something, whether something's there or not. You're still gonna be like that for a period of time.
Mhm.
And then the other 2 guys get down, and then, you're fine because now you know,
Safety in
you're in a
numbers.
group. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, I'm sure it was nothing. The point of this story, though, is, well, let me bring up the map real quick. I'll show
Yeah,
you guys
please
real
do.
quick where we're talking about, um, because
Now
you'll
this
wanna
is
see.
indeed in the Sierra Nevadas, correct?
This is in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California. I'm sure some of y'all out there know where the hell that's at.
I did a little Googling earlier, and there is
Mm,
indeed mountain lions in the Sierra Nevada, which is
probably.
kinda terrifying
I
because
wouldn't I wouldn't
they
doubt it.
are silent creatures who can stalk through
Mhm.
underbrushes without making a sound. It's the whole
Yeah.
point of big cats. So, like, if you did see something, more than
Well,
likely it was a lion, and that's
no,
terrifying.
the
But
other
I would
thing
pray that it's actually a Bigfoot.
the other thing, like I mentioned earlier, it was very large, it was tall. It wasn't like a small creature like that, it was large.
Like,
That's one of the things I was
okay,
trying to put across is it
yeah.
was huge.
So
It
you
was big.
don't think that it was just a large cat walking by, like, it was more of
My
a
my
large,
idea
kind of taller.
my idea when I saw what I thought I saw,
Mhm.
2 legs. And that's one of the
Okay.
reasons why I started thinking about, God, like, am I gonna be a Bigfoot person? Like, come on. It was large, tall. I did not I'm not saying I didn't get the sense. I'm gonna say I got the sense. This is two-legged, tall. I'm 6'5". I'd say at least as large as me.
Okay, cool.
And just
Alright.
black, upper peripheral. This wasn't like, thought I saw something there. No, this was like, I swear to God, I saw something.
Mm.
So, here's
Hmm.
Bridgeport, California. You can see on the map up here.
Mhm.
The 395 goes north right through it,
That's
and
crazy.
yeah, you take this little farm road out, wherever the hell it's
I'm
at.
assuming that's Twin Lakes right there?
Yeah, so there's Hunwell Ranch. So here's Bridgeport, and you can see this zigzag road. It goes down,
Oh, you're
left.
right. Wow, that's
Yeah,
annoying.
because that's all
Okay.
cow pasture right there. And then you
Okay.
come out here and you start getting into the forest,
Yeah, yeah.
and then boom, you get to Twin Lakes.
Okay,
So there's
okay.
Twin Lakes.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
right in the
That
crevice of these. Yeah, it's right in the crevice of these mountains. So where the campgrounds are is where you see it says Annette's Mono Village right there
yeah.
in the middle.
Okay.
So those are the main campgrounds. From there, you take a trail that follows this greenery up right here. You
Mhm.
see that line? That's the
Mhm.
trail.
Mhm.
That white line is the trail, and that goes up, not steep or anything, to make sure I'm in the right spot. Takes you right here to Barney Lake.
It's a cute little
So
lake.
here's where I was. This happened to me somewhere between where I just put that great, where I just put that dot on the map right there.
Yeah.
Somewhere between there and about here.
Okay.
Somewhere in there,
I
it was
can't
just flat.
How far of a distance is that? I can't see
It's
any
not
type of
far.
okay.
It's not
I
far.
can't
That's
see
a
any
small
type
lake.
of
Yeah,
it looks like it was bigger at one time based on the map,
it's
and
not
then
far, but at the time there was more brush a at the spot
okay.
I was at. Kinda like this. This is
Okay.
all this is all tree and stuff, but
Yeah.
if you take this open area, so you see this is kinda like marshy, right? This little
Yeah,
zigzag
okay.
stream,
Mhm,
Robinson
mhm,
Creek
mhm.
goes right down to Barney Lake. It's a very small lake. But this was all brush. So I was hiking in a spot that was like this.
Okay.
So on the right side of that trail is a slight downward slope to the little valley that lake's in.
Uh-huh.
To the left of the trail is just
Goes up.
uphill.
It does
Up,
look
up,
like it
up.
would go up, 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 up.
In the brush where I was like this, but worse. There wasn't open spots. It was
Got
butt up
you.
against the trail, thick, tall brush. And
Okay.
that's why I'm saying this was a very
Mm,
large figure that I thought I saw.
m'kay.
And if it went into that, I would have been seeing the tops of that brush moving, even if it was down low enough to be hidden under it.
Mm,
It would have been impossible for it to move that brush, which means you'd be seeing it or hearing it or both.
hmm.
So that's where my issue was with it. And I'm like, that's why I was finally okay with continuing rather than waiting for the other two people, was because I came to the conclusion there couldn't be anything there because of this brush. I would have known. It would
Man,
have been
I
literally
woulda
impossible.
waited.
Yeah. So that's what it was. We're down by Barney Lake, and I swear to God, I saw something large moving uphill. But there's a point in bringing up this story. And this is something, I've talked about numerous times on the show early on and a little bit recently. The PFEs. I mentioned it once. Do you remember what that stands for? Proof, facts, evidence.
Yes.
We need critical thinking. We need common sense. And my point in telling this story is because number one, it's still to me weird,
Mm,
weird enough that I still think about it from time to time. I can't shake it.
mhm,
And what I thought of back then was pass it off, exhaustion. I'm just seeing something.
mm,
Um, but I couldn't see that that really applied on that particular day. And then I started thinking about the Bigfoot thing. And the point of the story is how easily you can jump to something, even though it might be nothing. Because if we want to get down to it, most likely there was nothing there. It was just my eyes playing tricks on me. It was just my brain. It was exhaustion, most likely. But it might not have been. I don't know. But it probably was. And the point is, you can't just jump to something. Now, I didn't jump to Bigfoot. It's been a thought in my head
right.
since then for a reason, but I've never said that's what it was, right? So,
Mm,
you got to be careful with when you see something that you can't explain. No, you don't just pass it off unless you can factually pass it off as something and you have evidence to back that up, maybe, right? But you also just can't jump to the woo without good reason, right? You see it, and I'm going to explain light in the sky that maneuvers in a fashion that is 100% unexplainable. An airplane and a helicopter, drones, like consumer grade drones,
mhm,
quadcopters can't do that stuff. You can definitely say that's a UAP or a UFO
mhm,
because it's something unidentified in the air, and that's
mhm,
it. But you can't say that's alien. You also can't say it's human, but you can say it's most likely human
mhm.
because the only form of life on this planet that can create things like that
Is
are
us.
humans.
Yeah.
And we have no proof and no evidence of life anywhere else other than this planet. That doesn't mean there isn't life. Oh, bless me and bless you.
I tried so hard to stifle that
Oh,
too. I was like,
oh, the spray just came through.
"No."
That microphone.
Paid a
um,
lot of money for this thing.
but yeah, you can't just jump to those things. I'm sure there's life out there.
Mm.
If there wasn't, I'd be shocked. If there is, I won't be shocked. But you can't just jump to those things. You really
Without
got to think.
evidence,
Yeah,
proof that states that this is indeed this,
right. Or
right?
just some type of evidence at least that might point towards that and
Mhm.
point away from other things.
Mm,
In my particular instance, and this is my whole point for bringing it up, I swear to God I saw something, and to this day I swear to God I saw something, but I can't prove anything was there. And uh, I did what I could at the time to assess the situation, which was there's no way something could have passed through those bushes on either side without me. There's a good chance something could have passed through without me initially hearing it because I'm not
mhm,
paying attention. But now that my attention is immediately drawn, it should be right around there in those bushes continuing up. I'd definitely be hearing or seeing movement in the bushes or hearing those bushes moving
mm,
because it's just too thick. There's no way of getting through it without doing it. And none of that was true.
mhm.
Therefore, probably just a little trick of the brain. And
Right.
that's the point. Don't jump to conclusions. Stop, relax, and think about what it is you saw, what you heard, whatever it is that you think is an oddity. And,
Mhm,
there's nothing wrong with having a reasonable explanation. And there's
mhm,
nothing wrong with not having an explanation because we know with what's been going on the last few years with this whole UAP thing,
mhm,
we know for a fact something weird is going on, whether it's human, whether it's an earthly phenomenon,
mm,
whether it is of extraterrestrial origin, doesn't
mhm,
matter. We know something odd is going on.
mhm,
We also know it's been proven the UFO community has been correct this entire time. The government has lied to us, and we know for a fact they have been studying UAP this entire time.
Yep,
If
they
nothing
yeah.
else, at least the entire time Lou Elizondo was heading up ATIP, and because of someone he met at a conference once who introduced himself to Louis Elizondo, we now know that someone else was heading up the program prior to Lou Elizondo. He was unaware. He thought his program was the first.
Hmm.
Turns out it wasn't. The UFO
Surprise,
community,
surprise.
yeah, the supposed evidence the UFO community has received
Mhm.
over the last decades has shown that they have been studying it. Guess what? Turns out
They were right.
again, they're right again.
Shocker.
So we know there's something going on. Now,
Absolutely.
now we'll leave it up to the people on Skinwalker Ranch to figure the hell out. And I really hope they do it this season.
You know what? I have been saying the same thing about what's that show? Freaking
Oak
Oak
Island.
Island. Yes.
I,
They have hooked me so hard, but
I'm sorry.
nowadays I'm just like, yeah, well, they had me the first couple of seasons. Now I'm just kind of like, I'll tune in here and there.
I watched
I'll.
it for a while. It's interesting.
It
But
is,
you
yeah,
know, I came to the realization that it's so wet under there. There's no way they're going to
mhm,
be able to get what they want unless they literally just put like steel wall after steel wall down and down and down.
that's actually what they're doing.
No, 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 no. I mean, they're going to have to do a huge wide
Mhm.
area. And I don't mean just shove it down. I've seen that. I've seen parts of that where they've done that. The thing is, that still fills up with water. They're going to have
Yeah,
to go down so far, it's unreasonable. It's just impossible.
yeah,
And
they
they're going to have to do that to be able to get crap out. And they're going to have to
mhm.
surround such a huge width of area that it's just not going to be worth it.
Yeah, they started widening one of their boreholes and started
Hmm.
reinforcing it with like I think they're making it into like a 10-foot wide borehole
Yeah.
now versus like the 10-inch. And they last I saw, that's what the plans were. Now,
Yeah.
again, it's been a couple of months. My mandatory quad monthly binge on them is about due, so I'll have an update on that later. But again, back to the point, like that's yeah. They always are like, "Oh, this time," and it's like they just go over everything that they have
Yeah.
found so far, and
Right.
it's kind of sad. But yeah, I mean, anything to keep the viewers coming back, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not convinced on the Oak Island thing. Whether there's something there or not,
Look,
I don't think it's
they have
accessible
found
without.
some cool things. Are they
Oh
gonna
yeah,
find the
they
actual
have.
treasure? Probably not. Have
Not
they
through a
found
borehole.
No. Have they
They're gonna
found
tear it
things
up.
that could definitely rewrite the concept of when particular groups of people got to other
Yeah.
places? Absolutely, it does.
Mhm.
But is it gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Blackbeard's treasure, we found it"? No.
No.
They're just
It,
gonna
they
hopefully
and
make
they're not
a
gonna
big
find it.
impact in the archaeology world.
Yeah. And I don't think they'll find it through a borehole. I think
Mm.
borehole doing the boring is just gonna tear it up if there is something, you know?
Yes. Well, I mean,
Hey.
supposedly it's already buried underwater based on like the curse, or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was buried, and then a group of explorers like tried to dig it up, and they like broke the booby trap, and it
Triggered the trap.
flooded, and now that's why
Yeah.
everything's
This ain't no Goonies
eh.
crap. There's a reason we haven't found Goonies crap anywhere, guys, because it's not real. Look,
Goonies
look,
never say
look.
die.
I'm not saying people weren't sophisticated back in the day. Okay,
Right.
there's sophisticated for their time.
Mhm.
However, to do what is suggested is underground and underwater and the booby trap thing and all this crap. I'm not seeing it with where they're at in their particular location. I'm not seeing it.
I mean, I'm sure water levels were a lot different, 600 years ago, but at the same time,
Yeah, I question if
it's
they were that different though.
uh,
It's only 600 years. That's not
true.
long in the history of this
No,
planet.
it's not. But at the same time, uh, it still comes down to the type of ground it is. For me,
Mhm.
like, it doesn't matter how much water is or isn't there. It is wet ass sand and silt. It's
Yeah.
not.
They they
It's
can't dig
not good
down without the
thing.
water coming in.
Ex-
No. That's why I said they'd have to get
mhm,
steel plates and build a massive, like,
mhm,
I'm not talking like a house size. I'm
mhm,
talking like the size of a housing tract, wide radius of steel wall going down like hundreds of feet to
mhm,
be able to keep water out.
mhm,
And then they're gonna have to put some type of like flooring in to keep it from seeping
mhm.
upwards. it's
Not like,
impossible.
they found some interesting things that I understand why they keep going on, like, there's no
Yeah, of
reason they should
course.
be finding wooden fricking beams at
I saw
120
that.
feet
Yeah,
under, like,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no reason there should be wooden
and
beams
that
that
makes
far.
you question it.
I know!
Right.
Because like,
So now what
everything
I wanna
says
know
this is not true, and then they find things like that, and then it's like, "Well, shit, here's the, like, plausible
so
doubt."
so now what I wanna know is how much money are these guys making from the show, if any, which I'm assuming they are.
Mhm.
Is there a reason for them to take a beam and throw it down that borehole and then dig it up on the next
See, these
show?
are new boreholes that they're finding it in, though. Like, these are brand new
Well
boreholes that they're digging and finding this
well,
stuff
they're
in.
they're new to you.
Yeah,
You don't
well,
you don't see what's in between the edits.
all I know is that they're digging in a machine in a particular spot, and when they pull the core samples out of the machine,
How
there's
many edits have been done in that video till it gets to that? You don't know what was in between. I'm not saying they're
yeah,
they're they're screwing around. I'm
mhm.
just saying I don't see it where they're at. And I saw that one with that beam and I'm like,
They're
"How
already
the
stupid rich
hell?"
as it is. Like, they funded the
Well,
first couple of
yes, yes.
seasons out of their pocket. They literally
Yeah.
own most of that island. Like, I don't think it's for money. I think these 2 men just
I
are
hope not.
genuinely
Yeah.
wanting to solve this mystery because, like, they
Yeah.
focus on every part of the island too. It's not just the boreholes in that particular area.
Mhm.
They're also working, like, on, like, different parts of the island where they're finding,
Right.
like, different archaeological like, it not only, like, white history, like, where it shows that we've come over, whether it be, Templar crosses or,
Mhm.
nails or other such, items like that, like, pieces of chests, there we go.
Right.
They're finding Native American artifacts as well, to the point where, like, the government actually wanted to step in and be like, "Hey, you found some First Nation stuff. We kinda need to step in and take official control because of that." Like, there was a whole issue with that. They actually shut down their
Right.
entire operation for a little bit.
Yeah.
But the fact that they focus on more than just, like, the treasure overall, it says to me that they're genuine, just because if it was just about the treasure, they wouldn't give a rat's ass about the rest of the island.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I hope they're not
But I just
screwing around.
try a benefit of a doubt, I guess. I just truly want something cool in archaeology like that to be broadcasted to the general public because not
Yeah.
everybody wants to watch another show on, like, mysteries and histories of Egypt. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm. I hear you. I hear you. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up, and this isn't to cut you off, but this
Yes.
is to cut you off because I gotta update you on a previous show we did.
Oh?
Yeah, we'll make this kind of quick. Do you remember not that long ago we did the alien abduction Pascagoula?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to find this so I can bring it up and just show you without telling you. Um, so keep the verbiage for the audience going. Let's see what you can do while I'm looking. I have it up. I'm looking right now. I just gotta. I forgot exactly where it was at that I'm trying to find.
Oh, we'll use Stevie as, space filler, so it doesn't look like I have no idea where I put it, even though I have no idea where I put it.
Okay, I got it.
It
I don't even
worked.
know what you said. I was looking for this.
Yes,
Okay.
you'll enjoy that one and edit it.
You uh okay, so you remember Pascagoula,
Mhm,
alien abduction, these two guys fishing
mhm,
out just below
yes.
this highway between the railroad tracks and this highway, okay?
Yes, I do remember that.
So, just pay attention to the screen. I'm just gonna scroll down. Tell me if anything pops up,
Mhm.
in your mind here.
I can't see what's written there.
Pascagoula Naval Complex.
Oh.
Uh-huh. I was putting the show together the other night, and I'm pulling up the map to put it on, and I'm like, "You son of a bitch. There's a military base right there." and I could have sworn it was actually somewhere else nearby. Uh, so they may have more land. I thought I saw something up here or on this side, and that's what I was actually trying to find right now. But it doesn't matter because we see the Pascagoula Naval Complex sitting right there by another alien abduction. Imagine that, folks. The government denies everything. The
Mm.
government tells you you're crazy when you see something that is 100% unexplainable, yet their installations happen to be around a huge majority of this stuff.
Yet they're the ones sitting in the corner
Hmm.
watching it all go on.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe we're crossbreeding humans, aliens, and monkeys, but and it's not really an alien. I don't know, man. But
Look, if they're
come on.
crossbreeding anything, their rejects live in the town next to me. I tell you what.
I would
Mm,
argue that and say they probably lived in the town you used to live in when you lived in California.
okay, that's true. That's true. I'm sure they probably have drop-off areas in multiple states.
Yeah, you
But
see some
yeah.
teeth growing out of eyes around there, I think. I'm
Oh man. Look, you
just
know what?
saying.
I've always said that that area of California reminds me of the hills have eyes.
I don't disagree. I'll just say
Because it's literally the
that.
exact scenario of The Hills freaking have eyes, like the remake of it. Like, we're in the middle of nowhere and there's
Yeah.
like nothing going on. And all of a sudden our tire blows, which is totally what would happen in the middle of the desert because fuck securing your nails as you go from job site to job site. And then like a family
Mm.
of,
You
in California's case, cartel are gonna come swoop you up and like
yeah.
do what they please.
Speaking of nails and tires,
Mm.
uh, my entire life, I've only got like 1, maybe 2 nails in my tires until I freaking moved here where I'm at now, and it's like a yearly goddamn event.
Yearly? That's it? That's it?
That compared to prior, that's a lot. It's
I
ridiculous.
got 3 nails and a tire in 2 weeks.
Well, you gotta stop driving through construction sites,
No?
checking out
Freaking
them construction workers.
look, I could give a rat's ass about any other human on this planet, generally speaking, except for
Well,
those
thank you for that.
closest.
Thank you for that
I
compliment.
said except for those closest. Um, no, I it was when I was in
Oh,
California.
man. Woo, I have to edit that
Jesus,
out, which I
yeah.
can't. Mm. Oh, this is
So
empty.
so here, quick shout out, Celsius. We both
Damn,
drink the shit out of you. You
dude.
are more than welcome to possibly sponsor another episode.
And y'all right. So far, yes. It's my favorite one, Mandarin Marshmallow.
My friend Sapphire, it's her favorite as well. It's my favorite. I got a couple of these cucumber lime ones for free, and I was like, "Fuck it, I love cucumber lime." Mm. I'm glad I drank this one because I have a mandarin marshmallow chilling in the fucking fridge for next time.
Save that for tomorrow 'cause,
Yeah, that's
our
exactly
next
what
show
I'm
is gonna
doing.
be a little longer.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm planning. But no,
Yeah.
so when I lived in California, uh like how I was telling you about the neighbors that moved into the
Mhm.
properties and the areas around me. Obviously, semi trucks come along with that, and trucks that have nails and building supplies on it.
Yeah.
So let's, of course, not secure any of our shit down because that's the Californian way. And nails would just fly out of
Yeah.
whatever container they were in. I can take my tire off, find a hole, patch it, put that bitch back on under 10 minutes easily. That's how much I've
It's
done it. Is
yeah,
that
it's not
I
as
could beat
hard
a
as
guy in a race.
whoa.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
Well, changing a tire is not really hard. It's just some people have made it out to be so hard because their parents never teach them how, or they've never ran into an issue where they've had to. It's actually
Mhm.
like super simple if you can grasp the idea of
It's one thing to change a
opposing
tire.
lug nuts when you reinstall them. That's
Mhm.
the hardest part.
And not
And
putting
that's
them on
easy.
and not stripping the frickin' thread like I did on accident one time. That
Well,
was
yeah,
fun. But no, a lot of
yeah.
people can take a tire off and, like, put a donut on, but how many people can actually take a tire off, like, patch the tire and put that hook back on?
Oh, yeah. No, I've never done that. I wouldn't even try.
That'd be me.
I
I
could
have
do
a,
it, never
I can
try.
easily patch a tire, it's no problem. I even have one of those, like, portable air things in my car just in case because
Well,
of nails and tires.
we'll, hey, you should get a, portable, jump starter too. You can keep it
I
in your
have
glove
one.
compartment. Battery pack, dude, those things are awesome.
I have
So,
one.
we'll wrap it up, but quick story since you mentioned wheels falling off and blowing up and all that crap. Dude, back in the day, I worked at a car dealer. I was a service advisor. One day, at one of our other dealers that was in the complex, um, same service bays,
Mhm.
a tech did a job, which was like it was a simple job, like oil change and tire rotation type deal. This was
Mhm.
on a truck, like it was a Dodge Ram. So they test drive every vehicle after they do the service.
Oh
So
god, I have a feeling I know where this is going, oh god.
to test drive the vehicle, the service manager took the vehicle to lunch, which was literally right across the street. He drove it out onto the main street, drove it across the street, and turned into that complex, went through the drive through. This was to do the test drive. He
That is
came
a
back
horrible test drive, but okay.
as he made a right turn out of the parking lot onto the main street to come back. As he turned the wheel to the right and made that right turn, the left front wheel just went whoop right off and the truck just fell on it. uh, don't forget to put your lug nuts back on and don't forget to actually tighten them. With that,
Oh
we'll wrap it up.
my
We'll
god,
talk about this after, but
Jesus Christ.
yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
back to something Stevie said real quick earlier on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Comment whatever
Down
you want to
below.
comment. Don't comment your stories.
Mm-mm.
Email those.
Mhm.
We would like to do shows based on your stories. The stigma has been around too long. It's slowly going away, but barely. You have friends, you have family, you have loved ones that are going to look at you weird for telling your story. So send your story to us. We'll tell it for you anonymously if you want. Don't care. Um, obscuredr1 at gmail.com. Type story in the subject line. Um, if you're willing and want to, you can call in and tell your own story. We'll talk to you first, but we have the ability to do that. So you don't have to be on video,
Mhm.
100% anonymous,
Mhm.
just audio, and tell your story, or we'll tell it for you. Either way works.
And what phone number
Um,
can they reach us at?
it's not a phone number.
What
You
is it?
email us. You
You
email
literally just
us.
said call in. You said
Did
call
I?
in. You did.
Well, you call in. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. Blah blah blah. Same
Ah.
way you are, Stevie. Did you dial a number to call in?
I mean, that's
No.
usually what people do.
Yeah, I'm looking at you live right now.
Mhm.
So, anyways, yes, you email the story over if you know, and we'll talk and then we'll share your story. If you'd like to tell your own story on here, even
Mhm.
anonymously,
Mhm.
you can call in
I hate you.
Stevie. You're not calling a phone number, guys. I'm sending you a link to jump on as you see Stevie right now. She was sent a link. She clicks the link and boom, we're both visible. She's here. I see her live. You don't because you're seeing her in the future. And me. That's all it is. And you can be audio only, no video. Or
Hello,
we can just tell
past
it for you.
me.
Yeah. Hey, it might be true.
Oh, no. It actually, what's funny is sometimes I'll go back, like, I'll watch our episodes when they release, and I'm like, wow, I don't remember saying that. I'm awkward. I'm weird. It's so funny. I'll go back and like be like, wow.
Well, there's a reason why. It's because you have something different in yours. Mine
Yeah.
is just
Well,
straight up vape.
I'm always awkward and weird. So
All right. Well, with that said, we're gonna We're gonna bounce, and we'll have another good one for you next week. Something recent in the news, so stay tuned. Any last words, Stevie?
Don't forget to hit that bell so you know every Friday that we're
Let's forget
releasing
the bell.
another one.
Goddamn bell. I'm gonna have to buy a goddamn bell and put it right here and hang it.
A ding.
All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.